The Big Voice. KWTN 100.9 FM. Nebraska. The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe. The Big Voice. KWTN 100.9 FM. Nebraska. The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
KWTN 100.9 FM. Welcome everybody to a beautiful Tuesday here in Winnebago lands. We are at the Big Voice Studios here. DJ Guaranteed, Communications Officer Garan Coons for the Winnebago Tribe, joined in with Winnebago Talks. We get our mic level set. Go for it.
Hello everybody. DJ Bethani here. My name is Bethani Redhorn, the Communications Office Manager.
Alrighty. So we have a lot of stuff to review today, also to get out some information, some revised schedules. First, we want to send our condolences to the Brown family. There's some rescheduling, the funerals today, and our sympathies, our well wishes, our all the family members that are out there and stuff that are part of the family and stuff. And we heard about that this weekend and stuff. So we want to make mention that we, on behalf of the Big Voice Radio, we send our, condolences.
Yes.
And I think that as family, as we go through today and stuff, the farewell ceremony is concluding today. I think that's going to take place at 3 this afternoon, and just kind of go from there and stuff too. So, there's just a lot of things here in Winnebago that make us unique, and one of the things that when our relatives transition into the spirit world, it's tough, but the words, the encouragement, the things that are said are something that resonates with us. And that's something that we're all going to have to go through, is that, in life, our relatives, our family members and stuff, they're going to journey on, and it's tough at times and stuff, but we just want to send, on behalf of the Big Voice, our condolences. One of the things that we want to make mention is that today's family wellness conference is postponed out of respect to the families in mourning, and they have a revised schedule. I don't know if you can kind of put that up here, and let's take a look at that. I know that today's session was supposed to start out with Cassie Kitchion, and she was going to do historical trauma, and I think she is scheduled for tomorrow at 8:30. If my recollection, can you bring that up? Or
Yeah, I got you. It's up. So we have the postponed schedule here. Tuesday session postponed. Presenters are also rescheduled into Wednesday. Cassie's going to do historical trauma. And then we also have LaDonna, Amelia, Clarissa with Motherhood is Sacred. And then into the afternoon, Reclaiming Two-Spirit and STOP. And then want me to go into Thursday and Friday?
Sure.
All right, so for Thursday, we have, they're going to have Mauna's Response to Trauma with Pastor Ricky Jacob. They're going to have Tiny Decory, the Bear Project. And then Adrian Saliego. And that's with Survivor Story. And then our very own DJ Guaranteed, honoring our stories. And then into Friday, they're going to have Willie Bass with Ho Chunk Inc. and then Nathaniel Big Fire with The Sacred Fire. And then both Wednesday and Thursday, they're going to have a Sacred Fire in the evening.
Okay, maybe you're just hearing about this family wellness conference and stuff, but there's a QR code. Can you bring that up so maybe those people that are here. Also, if you're on your phone or wherever you may be, and you can't scan the QR code, just email Muscou Petit. There's an email on there, and you can do that. So to get registered for the conference, there's going to be a free lunch, and it's kicking off tomorrow. But
Yes.
tomorrow also, we have people here today, just to review what we're going to be talking about. We have people here today that are going to be talking about tomorrow's health fair at the Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System and the Behavioral Health Department and the Winnebago Public Health Department. All of them are going to be, tomorrow. So I think Felicia, Sarah from WCHS will be here, and the Winnebago Public Health Department, so we appreciate them. But so there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, a whole plethora of things.
Yeah.
That was hard to say.
Another one too is Tiffany, and also Tyresha wanted to come over because they got some election stuff to present.
Yep.
So I don't think they're going to get here today just because of the rearranging of the schedules and everything too, but that's upcoming. So if you guys have any election, the first draft of the eligible voters list is out. It's on the Winnebago Tribe. Go winnebagotribe.com and take a look. They put that draft out there so that people can see if they are eligible to vote. So maybe you just moved back to Winnebago. Maybe you just turned 18. Maybe you have a relative that just turned 18 or whatnot. Let them know, as far as because we have an election coming up.
Yes.
And primaries elections is going to be happening. Notice of intent is going to be taking place. All kind of good stuff. Thank you, Brian, here. Go ahead. Give us your introduction, Brian.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brian Chamberlain, Physical Resources Director for the Winnebago Tribe, as well as former editor for the Winnebago Indian News. And I pretty much, how do you say the word, presided over this last issue that we just did this past Saturday? So I'm here to kind of describe some of that information. So as Guaranteed was sharing with you, the Winnebago Tribal Council election cycle has begun. And so the time clock is ticking for those individuals who want to be placed on the list. Simply get a hold of tribal administration and they will help guide you through the process. So if you move back to Winnebago or you weren't on the list for whatever reason, simply get a hold of them and they will lead you through making sure you are on the eligible voters list.
June 9th, they're going to have a special tribal council meeting, and it's to update and approve the eligible voters list and nominate the election board. So the schedule is in the Winnebago Indian News, and if you have a paper edition, just make sure you check that on out. Make a note of that, maybe save the date.
Right.
But nonetheless, we have a lot of information that is in here, including the high school graduates and Little Priest Tribal College graduates.
Photography was the name of the game last time around. Yes.
That is cool. Hey, you made the front page, DJ Bethani. Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see that? Look, your front page right here, man. You got to start signing some autographs here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. When I walked in, I was like, is it you? No,
I always got to share that story that time we were at that conference, remember? And that girl just stared at us. And then finally she got the courage to come up to us and stuff. And then she said, hey, that's DJ Bethany and that other guy, so she's more famous than me, when we go out and stuff. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tyler, took your seat.
Best wishes to the class of 2025. They're all in here. And I appreciate you guys. You guys work hard on this because the thing about this is that in 50 years' time, because I look back at my issue when I was a class of 99. Don't tell anybody because I'm old. But class of 99, I look back at mine and I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool. So you guys, wow, Little Priest, look at that. That is awesome, man. Congratulations.
Largest graduating class ever from Little Priest Tribal College. And also with that, the Winnebago Indian News did put out an advertisement for sponsorship for these photo layout spreads. And so we definitely want to say thank you very much to all of the organizations who stepped up right away, to be honest, and made sure that all of the commencement activities could be shared in the Winnebago Indian News. So thank you guys very much for supporting us.
We'd like to welcome in our Winnebago Indian News office manager, Tyler. Say what's up to the folks.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here.
What you got? What you got for the good folks?
So I write the Bagel Bits. It's just a little bit about what goes around town, their events and whatnot. For this issue, I talked about Ho-Chunk Renaissance hosting their Elders Gathering. It's pretty cool. They kind of just shared stories and, teaching old ways and such. It's good to have those conversations.
For sure.
I also talked about the farmers market. They started a couple weeks ago, so it's every Friday. 11 to 2, I believe. But there are some things you need to handle if you are serving food there. So you have to do your food handler safety session.
Okay.
So there's info or contact info on how to reach out to them on that. But also just go check it out, support your local vendors, local entrepreneurs.
Yeah, for sure. I like it.
And then I kind of just shouted out the birthday graphics down at the big screen. If you have like a flyer of a event around the community or just anything like that, you could reach out to Bethany. And
For those that wanted to get the word about their events or programs, join Winnebago Talks radio shows. Appreciate that shout out. Thank you for writing that there, Tyler. Live every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can also get flyers and birthday graphics added to the big screen located downtown in Winnebago. Currently, birthday shout outs are free. Celebrate your loved one's day or get more eyes on your event. Shown above is an example of a birthday graphic.
it was Bethany's
Yeah, when I turned 24.
for the third time.
Your birthday is in November, right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you guys. Anything else for the Winnebago in the news?
No, but if you need to update your mailing address or you want to get something in the newspaper as a public notice or a advertisement, you can reach out to me at Winnebago Tribe, or no, Tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com.
Did you guys read the storytellers section? That's the final
Part
session.
3, the finale.
The finale. Did you guys read it? Make sure you guys read it if you have an opportunity. And so I was thinking about this weekend, and Winnebago in the news in the big voice. You know, we have news, we have music, and we have entertainment.
Yep.
The storytellers is pretty
Yes.
entertaining and stuff. So if you have a section, it's about Keats and kind of road to Winnevegas and
Right.
kind of it's a big picture. It's a
Yeah.
full circle,
Yeah.
and I think that should be nominated for like a journalism award or something like that. In my opinion, you know. So if you have a chance,
Right.
and it takes a while. Put the phone down, do some reading.
Yes.
They said, you know, before you go to bed and stuff like that, try to read at least 10 minutes, and that will fulfill your mind and kind of put your mind at ease and stuff. So have an opportunity. It's a long storyteller section
Yes.
and stuff, but it is great. So
Yes, and what Guaranteed is talking about is, of course, on pages Hakewe and Shogoi, which is page 6 and 7. And I wanted page 6, of course, to always be kind of more of a societal page, because, again, shout out to our former editor, Dilo. Yes.
Jordana.
Yeah, Jordana, because I was just like sitting here trying to clear my throat. But, but with that, she always sent us the message. We got to remember those individuals of our tribe who are incarcerated and that cannot reach out and through social media, etc., and definitely who cannot return to Winnebago. And that message always sticks with me. So we try to give them as much readable content as possible and what it feels like to be here in Winnebago today. Our history is dynamic, our culture is very robust, but at the same time it is a very living thing, and so we try to preserve what's happening here today with Shogoi and Hakewe through storytellers. And like what you said, Keats tells a story 33 years in the making from the dawn of our foray into Indian gaming. She names names, talks about times and people. It is in the last 3 issues. The finale was in this final episode.
I had the opportunity to MC Nebraska Indian Community College's graduation ceremony. It was up there
nice.
at Riverside Park in Sioux City. It was a good time and stuff, but it says graduation season 2025. Here I was announcing, this is graduation 2005, make some noise. And I was like, everybody was like, this ain't 2005, it's 2025. I was like, oh man. I just seen the headlines here, so I just kind of wanted to share that
Covered
story.
the Blackout Community Center renovations, which completed. There's some photographs there. Of course, the Winnebago Tribe, the Winnebago Tribal Council, the Tribal Administration, Tribal Credit, IT, Tribal Finance Department. Everybody who was once in the Blackout Community Center, they have returned. They are in various locations, so the office might not be in the same place, but the office is ready for you to come down and visit and make yourself known. I like that, because in speaking to some of the council members, they were like, wow, we actually have offices now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so come down and
Check it out.
Alrighty. So, anything else there, Tyler?
No.
All right, you gonna be back to win?
Yeah.
Let's do it. How about physical resources? Maybe we get an update or something like that. You're what, 3 weeks in? 2 weeks in?
No, 2 weeks in, and there's nothing going on. No, just kidding. No, we have a lot coming around. I had a staff meeting last week. Every single member of the staff was there, and it was nice to speak to a crowd that large again and kind of give them an idea of what we're going to be doing, where we are going to be going, and my general philosophy as the new head of the department.
Yeah, it was good. I got a chance to sit in.
Yes.
You invited me up, and it was really cool just kind of to see that transformation
Right.
as far as the plan and kind of going in the different direction. And then it's almost like input from all directions and how to decipher that, decode it, and then make sure that everybody's kind of on the same page. As we head into, you kind of make brief announcement about that is what they call the powwow season,
Yes.
especially for our own homecoming celebration.
The granddaddy of them all, the oldest powwow in North America,
Yeah.
celebrating the return of Chief Little Priest. And the company scouts always like to say that because some people, it's not even. And it's like, prove it.
Some
So,
feathers went.
I
No,
know,
I'm
right?
kidding.
Anything else from PR?
I guess the only other thing is thank you very much to Little Priest Tribal College for hosting us in our meeting. We were in the Elk Auditorium, newly renovated, not fully done, but at the same time, it was nice. We were able to sit together and have a robust discussion, and everyone could hear one another, and it was really nice. So thank you very much, Little Priest.
All righty, cool. Are you going to be back for the answers?
I can be, yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Who's playing today? Oh, Bess, me, and Tyler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Ooh, all right.
All right.
See you later.
Thank you. So we have some continuing announcements as we're going to invite our next guest up. So we have Sarah, Felicia, and Les Painter. Come on up here and get saddle up, I guess I should
Yes.
say. You know what I mean?
So I will run through real quick for the big voice. We do have a sports episode with Quint and Buffalo tomorrow here in the studio live at 5. So they go live on Facebook, YouTube, and over the Big Voice Radio airwaves. And that's with all our local youth sports and just all sports, everything. So Big Voice Sports Talk Show.
Did you guys do the last Saturday's episode?
We did not. She is going to debut her episode this Saturday.
Oh, really? Did you guys
Yes.
record or anything like that? Or
No.
didn't make it, huh? All
No.
right. That's understandable. Understandable. So we have a huge announcement, huge event taking place tomorrow. Appreciate these guys taking the time out of their day to tell us about this. So for those viewers around Winnebago or in the Siouxland area, you might want to pay attention because this is an important event here. We are going to talk about the Winnebago Public Health Fair that takes place here. And wow, it is an amazing event, amazing turnout and stuff. But I'll have an opportunity to kind of go from ladies first, I guess, and then we'll just kind of work our way that way. So, first time on the show here. Welcome,
Yes.
Sarah.
Yes.
Give us your title and what do you do?
Yes, I'm Sarah Collison, and I work for WCHS as a marketing specialist. I've been there since about September, so I'm very excited to first time on the show. You know.
Where you
break
come
in.
from, Sarah?
I'm from Northeast Iowa.
Okay.
A tiny town called Raleigh.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. And then, how did you get into marketing?
Yeah, so I enjoyed it in high school, so that's what I kind of went into the idea of at Iowa State, and so I did some internships there and really enjoyed it. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Also, we have. Go ahead.
Heine P. My name is Felicia Masquat. I am the Health Promotions Educational Director, and I work under the Winnebago Public Health Department.
You've been there for about what, 2 years?
4 years.
4 years, man. Time's flying.
It does.
Time is flying. Last but not least, go for it.
My name is Les. I'm a Leo. I like long walks on the beach. No, I'm a public health educator and Les Painter, Winnebago Public Health Department.
All right, what you guys got going on? Let us know. Give
Well,
us
we
whole-
got we got the annual health fair going on tomorrow. We had to change locations from where we usually have it at the WCHS or 12 Cleanse Unity Hospital. We moved it to the school, so we'll be at the practice gym at the school, and I think the address is. You guys-
What's the school address? Does anybody know?
202 Osborne Street,
Okay.
Winnebago, Nebraska.
All right. All right. So what time does that start?
We got set up. The booths. We'll be setting up from 8 to 9:30 or so, and we'll get started around then.
Okay. How
9:30, 10
much does it
o'clock.
cost to get in?
It's free.
Free 99.
$9.99.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to note that each year we continue to grow, so that was the biggest reason why we are located now at the Winnebago Public School. You know, the parking, all the other booths, and I'm not exactly sure what the final is for how many booths we have.
Well, last year we had 25 booths. A lot of them from out of town and the surrounding areas. I know that this year we have around 30.
Wow.
So
It's growing.
as far as Rapid City, Des Moines, those are probably the furthest. We got Great Plains coming in. They're bringing in
Awesome.
a few people, a few booths.
DJ Bestman, you got to attend last year. What'd you think?
I thought it was a really good turnout. We got to do some interacting with some of the booths, and they came on the podcast that we were hosting. So it was nice to get all that awesome information, even stuff that we didn't even, really know about.
Yeah. You guys doing T-shirts again?
Yeah, we're doing.
go.
We're doing a T-shirt. So get there early. We try not to run out, but as they say, early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
You say, well, I'm gonna go out there about noon. Take your third
want to
lunch.
get there early.
Yeah,
for sure.
Some of them take their third lunch or their fifth break
Oh.
before noon. Come on out, come check it out.
Yeah. Why is it so important that we have this Winnebago Health Fair? I don't know who wants to answer that one.
Well, let's just we want to. It's the best way to network with the community.
Okay.
Prior to that, and I've been in health ed for with the health department for, I think this might be my 20th year. I don't know. I'll have to take a look. Holy smokes! No, but when we first started, when we first took over the health fair, I believe it was just just the programs within the health department, which was only like maybe 10 or 12, and then a couple surrounding programs.
Okay.
And that went on for a couple of years, and what we seen is that this would be a great opportunity to break down the barriers between having the community come into to see
Yeah.
it. And it's the best way to network your program, come out, and whether you guys believe it or not, I guess health and wellness is every job is affected by health and wellness. Whether it's education, whether it's nutrition, our food distribution, even environmental health or environmental protection, because they deal with a lot of things in the community.
Yeah.
The fire department, the police department, all those play a factor in, because the police department is out there trying to keep people safe and doing certain things and everything like that. Not only does the health not only has the health education department grown, but we've changed our name, Healthy Promotions and Education.
Okay.
So, but it's really a good way to network between the community and break down those barriers that since the 12 clans became 12 clans. Prior to it being IHS, there's in Indian country, I think there's a lot of there's a lot of animosity still, because we're still trying to figure out who we are as people today. You know, and I mean, if you really think about it, less than 50, 60 years ago, we were just now wearing the clothes that we're wearing, and I don't know whether you guys grew up, but I know growing up out to the agency, that's fairly new housing.
Yeah. I was just talking about this the other day. Is that you look back at those old pictures of, when we were from the 1800s, and nobody was really obese, and it's like, because it was a healthy way of living. You had to go out and hunt. You had to make sure you get the physical activity, or else you didn't eat, and you were probably starving and stuff. Now you fast forward, we got processed foods, we got all this stuff that's doing damage to our body, and then we are making aware about our mental health and everything. So I think that being educated, and this is an opportunity, like you said, it's a great networking opportunity to go sit down, do maybe a house. Do you guys offer a house screening and I think a blood drive, right?
Yeah, that was the next thing that I was going to bring up, is with us having 30 educational booths, they do provide screenings and testing. So it's a little less stressful if you want to get, your blood pressure checked, and your glucose checked. I know that we're going to, Great Plains is coming as well, right?
Yes.
There's going to be STIs testing. So it's in a more comfortable location rather than, okay, I got to make an appointment, I got to go get checked. And I know that that can be nerve-wracking, especially with our past as well, you know, the trusting of healthcare, things like that.
I mean, like,
so we try to help get over that stigma as well with those screenings. And of course, you know, they do have educational information there at each booth and different incentives. Yes, we have t-shirts. I just wanted to make mention that, you know, sometimes we kind of get a little bit of backlash because there's not enough t-shirts. Well, that's just a great opportunity for us to order more, which we did this year. So hopefully there will be more going around for, you know, our community. So we offer this to our surrounding areas, so that kind of makes it a little bit difficult to make sure that our community gets those t-shirts.
Yeah.
But it's not just about that. I mean, yes, we like those t-shirts. They're really awesomely made by Silas. He's the one that always comes up with the designs, and it's, you know, a way to be proud, right, of being Ho-Chunk.
Right.
Because a lot of work goes into those designs with, you know, knowing that we are woodland natives, and those types of things are implemented in those t-shirts.
I got to tell you, like, who did the last Bear Moon t-shirt? Was that you and Silas? Was it you guys both working on it?
It's a collaboration in what we do, and sometimes we'll have several designs that we go through, and then we just kind of pick the best one that we.
I wore it, and I was down at the Lincoln horse races, and people were asking, man, it's a beautiful design and stuff, you know. And I said, check out the back, and they're like, last Bear Moon. So they were asking questions about the powwow, and hopefully they come up and, you know, enjoy our culture and things like that. So it's a conversational starter and stuff, you know. And these designs that you guys make and stuff, far as the t-shirts, they're walking billboards. That's all you could say, you know.
Yeah, the t-shirt itself is just the incentive, but the real, I guess the real prize is getting the education, you know, going to the event to kind of see what it is that they're, and I know a lot of people come to the event, you know, just for the t-shirt itself.
Yeah.
But you're right.
This is when we first started doing this. This was a chance for us to find a way to be in your life every day. That was that's the goal behind it.
Yeah.
And if you're sitting there, I mean, we have we kind of try to follow or be ahead of the trend of what it is, and we try to outdo ourselves every time that we do it. But you know, it's kind of hard when you're when you're on the radio, or you know, when you're doing an event, you guys are like, well, how do I make it better? Or how do I not tell the same joke? You know, how does the same joke? Yeah. But no, that's the whole. And some people think, oh well, I just show up, and it's like we just, you know, create it out of the blue, and you know, it takes some time to go through. And I mean, there's designs that we've made that we haven't even used. And so we come back and it was like, oh, we don't like that. It doesn't follow the theme, you know, that we're looking for.
So what is this year's theme?
I think we.
This is the annual health fair.
Yeah, it's just the annual health fair. Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like the year of, you know,
the rat. Or
yeah.
I don't know what year it is.
But back to some of the other things that are happening. That blood serve will be there again, so the mobile will be there if you want to donate. That is amazing.
There's the stigma about donating blood.
There
what
is.
It? It's something about like, they're gonna get my DNA or whatever and stuff, and clone me or whatever. Do you guys debunk that, or what do you guys say to people that come up to you and say, "I ain't giving my blood, but you can save a life"?
You can save a life. I mean, that's the big thing behind it, is you can save a life.
I think there's somebody in our community that's like leading in. I think the last time they were here, this person in the community donated so much blood. They're like, I don't know, 50 gallons in or something like that. You know what I mean?
Really?
I don't know. That's just what the
Going
lady
for
said.
the world Guinness Book the world record.
You might have to. I don't know if we can find out the name or not, or it's up to them. But there is a person in this community that donates blood all the time, and they're like one of those people that they're like in the gallon.
Wow.
You know, they're out there. You know. And
do you ever donate blood?
I have not.
Have you?
I have.
Yeah. I mean, do you get woozy and all that stuff? Because I did it one time there, and it was like, well, why do they give you crackers and all this and that, and make sure you drink orange juice and stuff? But
You always want to make sure you're well hydrated before you donate, and definitely eat breakfast that morning because you can get woozy if you haven't had anything to eat. But
it's been years. I think it was in college when I donated blood and stuff. They were like, here's your crackers, here's your orange juice and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't feel any different or anything like that. I didn't get woozy, or some people do. Some people get the sight of blood, they pass out and stuff, you know, and that's understandably so. But yeah, you have to try it out, and maybe we'll blog it or something like that, you know.
Yeah, we dare you. Come on, tomorrow.
Man, now I gotta do it. She's doggy
If you
dare.
if you have a tattoo sleeve, you can't donate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm out then. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a tattoo sleeve.
Shit,
But
my
yeah,
bad.
that's good to know. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be there, and the general audience, the general public comes in at what time?
Well, it starts at 9:30.
Okay, so that's when
is there
everybody
anything
can come in.
else, Les, that who else is going to be there that you want to mention?
We haven't had, like, since we moved, there's been some scheduling conflicts that came up, so we may have a couple extra food trucks there.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
It's not guaranteed, but I know the blood bus will be there, and everybody else will be there also.
At the school.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try it at the school. First
Oh.
time having it at the school?
I think it is.
I think it is,
I
yeah.
mean, since I've
Yeah.
been the director, I know this is the first time.
Okay.
Previously, I know a lot of times was at what we call the Black Hawk Center, but now
Yeah, I was
called-
like, I remember it being at the
Yeah.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah, since COVID, well, a lot of things changed since COVID, so we haven't been back to Whirling Thunder. I don't know if we've outgrown it or whatnot, but
I feel like we have, because if you think about how the parking is over there,
Oh yeah.
that, like I said, that was the reason why we moved it over to the Winnebago public school, is because the parking, they have
Yeah.
a lot of parking, so we shouldn't have any kind of issues with parking.
Cool.
And everything's just right there, just walking distance.
yeah, and then there's a mile walk, and then we're not the only ones giving out T-shirts, but I know that the PHNs, they'll be having a mile walk, so they'll be using the track there, and they have a good incentive. We designed that also, but
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So you get, yeah, it's always good to get physical activity. What's the weather supposed to be like? Pretty nice, huh?
It's pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
60,
Awesome.
So yeah, we really got a lot going on. It is exciting, especially the new location and all the different events that are happening that day.
Yeah.
I welcome everybody to come, and don't be there at noon unless you want to eat, but eat at the food trucks if hopefully that plays out like we want it to.
Right.
But, yeah.
We got the flyer up. We'll get if anybody has any questions, email les.painter at what is it?
WCHS.health.
That's a weird one. And then silas.cleveland at wchs.house as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys are on the poster, but make sure you guys set up tomorrow down at the Winnebago Public School. Come, bring your family, bring everybody that you can bring, because there's networking opportunities, education, anything else that I'm missing. Let's see here. We got giveaways, door prizes, incentives, live serve blood drive, mile walk, and house screenings. And are we gonna have some jams? You know, Silas is gonna be on the ones and twos.
Yeah, we're gonna have some gems. So
There you go, man. That is awesome.
this is your regular health fair that you go to, you know, in Sioux City or Lincoln.
And I don't have all three of our sponsors, but we had 3 sponsors this year, which I think is amazing. Molina Healthcare was one of them. That was one of the biggest sponsorships that we've received.
Cool.
So I want to thank each and everybody that has sponsored us.
Yeah, all those funds go back towards
To us.
Yeah, the
well,
health.
to health promotions.
Yeah, the health promotions. It does. Right now, the way the things are going, you know, it gets a little bit spendy with the T-shirts and whatnot. So they're not cheap.
Yeah, yeah, full color.
No,
You know, every
full-
color
yeah,
causes
full color
helps the cost and everything. I want to get to Sarah real quick here.
Yeah.
Sarah, you know, you're in marketing. What are some ways to get in touch with the WCHS Winnebago Public Health Department? Things like that. Just give us the whole gamut.
Yeah, so this is only one of the events that we have all year round, and you might have heard about our new website design, but on that website there's an events calendar that
Okay.
actually lists out all the upcoming events. So you can go there at wchs.health, and that'll show you kind of what's upcoming and the reoccurring activities that go on every week.
Nice. Okay, now my last question, and then I'll let you guys go. Here, Sarah just started in September. It looks like you got 4 years in. Les, you got 20 years in. Why do you guys do what you guys do? 20 years in the game. You know what I mean? Like, what?
I guess it's just working with the community, and that's the perk of it. Trying to help that one person.
Yeah.
In the 20 years, there's been a lot of things that we've done, a lot of events that we've done where people have found out things about themselves that they didn't know that was taking place.
Right.
Life-saving.
Yeah.
Things, and that's one of the reasons why we do the events the way we do them. And it's not our first barbecue.
For sure.
If we're doing something, we're doing something for a reason. So we're not just out there giving out a T-shirt.
Yeah.
No, there's something. There's a reason to it, and maybe that's something for the community to kind of sit back and take a look at themselves and know, what's going on with themselves as far as health-wise.
Right. Felicia.
So with my own, experiences in life, I came to a point to ask myself what it is that I really want to do. Why am I here? And I think that should be a question a lot of people should ask. I know what my reason is of why I'm here. It led me to, work under the Winnebago Public Health Department. So I try to motivate and inspire people with my daily lives and my experiences. So the job, it also helps me to help other people.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely here to make, a difference in our community. That's day by day.
We can kind of relate to that because when people are just crabby, it makes everybody else crabby. But when people influence and kind of have that positive interaction and motivation and inspiring, that also makes other people like,
That
oh man,
radiates too.
it radiates too. So I could see what you're talking about.
And I mean, you kind of know me from some of my past things. Like on my social media platforms, I show it doesn't matter how old you are. You can make changes in your life.
Yeah.
You just have to put the time and effort into it. Of course, have support systems. So I hope that I am that for somebody or some people. I do get, comments back, and it makes me feel good. It's like, okay, I am making a difference, not just with my day-to-day job, but me personally. So that's why I do what I do.
So I have and then I'll ask you your question here, but I just want to talk about Felicia here. About 7-8 years ago, nobody wanted to fight her. She went over to Winnebago and got into the, what was it, Brawl for All?
Right.
Yeah, it was she was ready to roll, man. But I was just like, we had the song picked out, and everything, but nobody got into the weight category. Nobody wanted to battle for the, what was it, the $1,000 or whatever and stuff.
And I was 39 when I started that.
Yeah.
39.
And it was like, that was pretty inspiring. You brought a big crowd because you had a lot of support. And I was just like, man, I wanted to, see that. But nonetheless, it was pretty cool because, like you said, it doesn't matter how old you are. And I was just like, dang, I just wanted to share that story.
Yeah, and I remember I did get to fight somebody, and she was 20 years younger than me, and I gave her hell.
So,
well, when she came from Denver, hey, go way back there. Came in like blood out.
No. Sorry to reminisce.
Thank you.
But in your since September, you've been here. What do you enjoy about your job here?
I love the service aspect, picking back off you, but I want to come into work every day and feel like I'm making a difference, and that our company, WCHS, that they are impacting the community and helping people in a way that's bigger than like I ever could. So that's kind of why I like it.
That's cool.
I'm not a pro fighter or anything, but
yeah.
And Popcorn Fridays.
Yeah, Popcorn Fridays.
Yeah, it seems like I've been checking out your Facebook page. It's WCHS and Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System. Mm-hmm. It's a long title, but it's the Winnebago Public Health Department doesn't have their Facebook. A lot of people are asking me about that. You know, like, how come they don't have it? But you guys are just kind of under one umbrella. But a lot of information comes out of there. So if you have an opportunity, make sure you give them a like and send them a message. You got somebody behind there, Aaron and the crew down there. And What was that? Irene? Is that?
Irene, yep, she's the graphic designer.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then your marketing.
I'm the specialist, yeah.
The
So I write
specialist.
the press releases that go in the newspaper and all of that.
Cool. Alrighty. Well,
Yeah,
thank you guys.
and I just wanted to thank Sarah again for reaching out to me and Les being on here. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep,
Appreciate
yep.
it.
Give our regards to Aaron and the crew down
Yep,
there. And
yep.
Appreciate you guys, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow. I think we're gonna be there.
See you.
Yes, one question real quick, Sarah. So what had kind of jumped off all of this was I get the Win Health newsletters in my inbox. So I reached out to Erin and I asked her if like we could schedule them to come on to kind of talk about the health fair, some of the updates. And so she connected me with Sarah and Felicia, Les. And so I was going to ask if someone out there wanted to sign up for your guys' newsletter, are they able to, and how could they if
Yes.
they wanted to?
Yep. So you can just go to wchs.health, the website, and then I don't know if you have it pulled up, but you can go up to
Subscribe.
We'll get it. We'll
Yeah.
get it. Keep going.
I'm not sure what you actually go to, but I think it's Connect with Us.
Oh, wait, that's the tribes. Sorry.
We're working on it.
WCHS.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's on there with a. Okay, go up to About.
Is it news?
Um,
Oh, you said about.
yep, and then our news.
And if you're in Canada, it's a boot.
So here's all the press releases. Yeah. Sorry, I think it might be in support. Sorry, our website's new, so I'm kind of like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
The
Yep.
Win Health newsletter right there. Yep. And that's how you can go click in there and subscribe. And that's a weekly newsletter. So it's every other week. So 1 week it's going to be events and announcements. And the next week is the Pulse Point that's more educational content. So that'll go directly to your email. Or you can go to our website and scroll through.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining us here for Winnebago Talks. And Sarah, Felicia, Les, you guys, when you guys have more events, bring them back up because we love talking to you guys and a lot of good information and stuff. So I'm pleased with this interview and thank you guys for coming out.
Yes,
Anything else for
thank
them?
you. Well, whenever we're over there tomorrow, if you get a moment, please stop over and join us for the live stream that we'll be broadcasting.
Okay.
For sure.
Sounds
Oh
great.
yeah, you guys got to do that tomorrow. Yep. Just don't leave us hanging and stuff. Just come on over and chat with us tomorrow. So, all right, you guys have a good day. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey, did you see? I don't know if you can bring it up, but go to Winnebago's page. They're having a 5K run talking about wellness and healthy living and things like that. Maybe we can bring that up, and I'm not sure the details. I know I got an email about it. I need to get that information out and stuff, but Winnebago's is doing their thing here, and I always enjoyed those walks and runs. You can go at your own pace. With the one that they have for the homecoming powwow, it is amazing. I got to cover it. In my years, usually
annual?
The annual. I'm always dancing and never had an opportunity to do it and stuff, but one time I just kind of took my camera and covered it, and I was like, wow, that is cool. It was awesome.
Oh, there we go. I found it. I know I haven't participated in the wilderness or the one that's during Bagel Powwow.
Man,
I haven't
I'm telling
participated
you.
since a kid.
You went
I
before.
used to, yeah.
I never went before, and this is probably about maybe 7. This is almost around the pandemic, right before the pandemic or after the pandemic, and checked it out because my dad passed away, and so I try to. We're always involved in the powwow as far as like maybe singing or dancing and kind of in that realm. There was a couple of years there, my dad used to have a concession stand or one of the food stands, but I never went and attended the baseball tournament. So I went over there, and it's a huge turnout. There's a lot of people. I think a team from like Cheyenne River came down, and another one from like New Mexico came and participated in that 4-day event. Then I went and did the walk run in the morning, and you have the mildew, you have all that stuff. It's nice temperature. It's not real hot yet, because in July, you talk about humidity. Wow, where does humidity come from and stuff? But it's perfect. So shout out to the crew that does that.
Yes, definitely. So we wanted to talk about the 5K run and walk, and that is with the Winnebago's Casino Resort. And so it's looking like it's Walk for a Cause. Where at Winnebago's Casino Resort. There is a registration fee, but all are welcome. And so registration begins at 8 a.m. And if there's a rain date, it'll be June 28th. So this one is scheduled for June 14th. So if it does rain, they'll reschedule it to the 28th. But it's nearly 5,000 in total prizes for this event. Men's, women's, youth, and tiny tots. All proceeds raised will benefit the last Bear Moon Powwow.
There you go.
So if you have any questions, you can call 712-428-7135.
I wonder what they're gonna do. We should get maybe a representative. What's his name? Christensen or
Yeah, Christian.
Rogers? Mr.
Yeah,
Rogers.
yes.
He needs to come over and kind of give us the lowdown on this and stuff.
Christian.
If he's out there, if he knows somebody that's watching, make sure that send him on over because we can talk to him or we can call him. We have the ability to do that now too. But
Yeah.
walk for a cause. And how important is Last Bear Moon Powwow? I just have to tell you that my mental well-being around that time is you coming out of the winter months, and usually in the winter months we're kind of sheltered. A lot of times we're not out walking and networking, or there's no other powwows and stuff. So I am ready for a powwow, and that Last Bear Moon really helps me out with my mental well-being. Plus, we get to bring it to the homes of the people with the big voice radio. So
Yes.
I really enjoy, and I look forward to Last Bear Moon.
Me too.
I'm glad that the walk for the cause. So for a lot of people too, like my son, he really enjoys that. And he said it's kind of like one of his favorite powwows and stuff because it's right across the river.
Right.
And he gets to dance for some. I think the last time his teachers came and got to see him, and they got to see the pictures. I think one of them tuned into the live stream. It's amazing. It is a good thing, and that makes us unique. That Winnebago's owned by the Winnebago tribe has the opportunity to host a powwow in the winter months. So shout out to Winnebago's for thinking of that, and the proceeds benefit that great cultural celebration, Last Bear Moon Winter Celebration. Alrighty.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a couple things that we need to get to.
The rant?
The rant of the day. I'm gonna save mine, so you
Okay.
guys could go first here.
Do you have your sound effect?
Oh, hold up.
No? Not yet.
I do.
So, and then also was, did you know, or is that?
Yeah, I do have a
Okay.
did you know.
All right.
All right. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I was checking it out.
Okay. Did you know? Let's see here. Do I got a sound effect for did you know? 1 second. That's not really. Not kind of working on it here. Hold up 1 second. That worked. No.
I like it. All right. It's like sit up straight and put some
There's
oomph in
nothing,
it.
there's nothing better than that. I mean it. That's the best one. Just,
So, you know how sometimes we all joke about like, dang, time flies.
yes.
Can you believe it's already almost June? That quick. So what my did you know is going to be today is about the month of May. And so it's the 5th month of the year. It's named after the Greek goddess Maya. And the birthstone is an emerald. And I looked up the pronunciation, but I got nervous. But it's also the last month of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. It's celebrated for various reasons, including Cinco de Mayo, National Bike Month, and Memorial Day. And so one thing that I wanted to touch about is the final month of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. May 1st is May Day, a holiday that originated in ancient times to celebrate spring and fertility. And then we're going to jump all the way to Memorial Day, celebrated on the last Monday of May, and it honors those who have died in the service to the United States. And also, lastly, May is the month that saw the opening of the Empire State Building, May 1st, 1931, the beginning of the Lewis and Clark Expedition in 1804 on May 14th, and the signing of the Homestead Act.
There's a lot of information that comes out in May. Wow, I did not know that.
And then lastly, National Bike Month. I was just like, I just got to talk about it. May is celebrated as National Bike Month, encouraging people to bike more.
Okay. I have not rode a bike.
I know. I used to love mountain bikes, man.
It's been
Shout out to my sister Weets. We used to just cruise all over Winnebago.
ages and ages.
I think the question of the issue is like, what was your babysitter? And we used to have bikes, and we'd just head out, and you have to be home before the lights come on.
Yeah,
you know,
some of those little street lights.
and we didn't have cell phones back in those days
No.
and stuff. It was like you stand out in your front porch and
Yep.
you holler,
Yes.
and you better come and running if you get, somebody, your dad or your mom hollering at you and stuff.
I was joking with Guaranteed about that. I was like, I don't know if we can answer this correctly. Like, she was like getting someone in trouble. No, just kidding. He's like, I started babysitting when I was like 5. No,
Yeah, what
just
was the
kidding.
question? Something about babysitting?
When did you start watching yourself, and when did you start watching others?
Oh, yeah. Do tell. Yes, do tell. So it is in the question of the issue and the Winnebago in the news.
Things
So
are different. I mean, I put it right out there. You know, I'm Gen
yeah.
X. I walked to school as a kindergartner, walked home. You know, were there other kids there? Yeah. I mean, it's not like I was on some abandoned alleyway and whatever. You know? But it was like we walked by ourselves, and then we went home. And yes, there was somebody usually there and whatever. But it was like, go outside. You know. So it's like, what was the difference? You know. So yeah.
it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Okay, so that was Did You Know? Good one. Yes. All right.
Hit
So,
me one more time, Garrett. Yes. Oh my gosh, love it.
Alrighty. Uh-oh. We got
I got
today's.
a rant today. I'll go first with it, guys. So my rant is, and you have one of them here, guaranteed. Guaranteed is drinking a Coca-Cola Zero. Why do the soda companies cut off the flavor that I love? Because right now, of course, I always drink diet chemical soda and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like I love their version. They called it Zero Sugar Sprite Chill, and it has kind of like a raspberry-ish flavor in it. Or, what is it, like strawberry lemon? Not that, but whatever, a flavor to it. And they cut it off.
The chill?
Yes.
No.
Now they have the sugar version, but not the zero sugar version. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh, no, man. So you can't find it.
No, it's gone. They stopped doing it. I'm like, why? Why? That's my rant. It's like, if you make some,
Commit.
Make it, yes.
Yes.
If you can do it, do
That
it
was
all the
some-
way.
That was
like
some
it.
good chemical. Yes.
Go.
I know. I
Come
like
on,
that one
I
soda
do
too.
too.
companies, you guys are messing up. You guys are slipping out there.
Yes.
So just to piggyback off that, when I first bought that chill, I thought that I just thought it was like extra cold or something. Like, I didn't know it was a whole different flavor.
Yeah, it's got
And I
flavor.
was like, oh, this tastes different. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's because it's a different flavor. But my rant,
The weekend wasn't long enough.
yeah, I think that's what my rant's gonna go with is that I didn't get to actually get outside as much as I wanted to this weekend. So
Well, it rained.
true, it was very rainy.
But yes, so I was able to mow my weeds right beforehand, and so I was happy about that because it was kind of getting jungly. So,
Jungly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna add on there is that my rant is with the weather. So you know how they say you can't trust the weather, man. Well, they predicted that it was gonna be rainy for into this week, and they were right about that. So
And vice versa. Everybody's shutting down and go get groceries. It's gonna be blizzard of the century. We go get groceries. Bread aisles are empty, and nothing happens.
just had to make sure you guys were ready.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I was like, man, these guys. I just tell you. But yeah, Mother Nature's. She's pretty interesting. She keeps it interesting for us daily. Daily, she does. Okay, so you guys ready for mine?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Don't cancel me. Do not cancel me. But I have an issue with holidays. Oh my goodness, man. These guys, here's my idea. This is what I got in my head. Is that they were like, man, these Hallmark cards, these candy companies, all this and that. All these guys are in the boardroom, right? And they're sitting back smoking their cigars. And how can we make more money?
Sure.
I know. Let's have a day of love. Isn't that every day? No. You have to get chocolates. You have to get roses. So all these guys are coming up with these weird holidays, man. They're like, come on, you just take my money. And then, if you don't get them something for Valentine's Day, which you should profess your love every day anyway, if you don't, then you're the worst husband, wife, whatever it may be in the world, right? I mean, come on.
I'm reading into the subtext here, and I'm like, Valentine's Day is February, and we're still ranting about that in May. So what happened? It's like, oh my God.
I'm telling you, man, it's a train wreck. It is.
Valentine's 2025 was a trauma of its own.
Well, then you have Halloween. Now this is
Hey
like
man, hey man. No, I'm just kidding.
you have Halloween. Like what is that? What's the true meaning behind Halloween? Like what is it? You know, like dress up and you have to give candy. If you don't give candy, what happens? What happens? You get that little stare down with those kids, like you cheap dude. You know, and I'm like, oh man. But shout out to the people that do get candy because you mark that house, right?
Sure.
Oh man, they got full size sneakers.
Yeah, you
up
always
there.
remember.
I used to enjoy the popcorn balls, man.
Me
Those were
too.
really good. Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
No, I know, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Let's see here. What's another one? Then the pressure. What do you see when you first walk into Walmart? You always see.
Dude, they're like two holidays ahead every time.
I know,
Every
they're
time.
celebrating Christmas already, and it's like,
Man.
I was gonna add on to it with like Easter, like everybody's out doing each other with the baskets.
Yeah. We're going
Ours
to
like-
July. They already got the Christmas stuff out. Like, come on.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? Oh, man.
And, like we're doing 4th of July baskets now. And
I feel you on the Christmas one especially because it's like let Christmas be Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
If you already have your trees up and it's not even October, it's
Yeah.
like come on, it's not even special then.
I'm telling you, man. So I done canceled myself and stuff, but that's my rant of the day. Don't come around, Garrett. Don't expect presents, because I'm gonna talk to you about this. Like, hey, that's peer pressure. I don't succumb to peer pressure. No, I'm just playing. I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
so this year for Halloween, we're all gonna be the Grinch.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes. All right. So are we
Oh
up
my
to
glasses are all fogged.
up to the point of the answer B? This being Milt. Are we
Yes,
there?
real quick,
Okay,
can I
yes,
add-
absolutely.
Add something real fast, a public notice that I wanted to include. So for any Winnebago tribal members who are interested in renting the Winnebago Veterans Building or the Ho Chunk Center, you can reach out to Tribal Administration Tammy Littlewalker or Tyresha Romero. They can be reached at 402-878-2272. And so the fees will remain the same, but please share with anyone trying to utilize one of these buildings for upcoming memorials or events.
Well,
Very good.
You kind of have a hand in that and stuff like that. What was the change or?
I think people didn't know. It was more of like who to
Yes,
call. And
yeah.
so that
It
needed
does
to be
make
put back
sense.
then. Yeah, and it has to be updated time to time and stuff. People like need to be told again. This is who you call. So,
Who you gonna call?
right. Okay, it's time for the answer B. This being Milt, and you guys still got to figure that out. Tyler, time to put on your headphones because this is playing over the speakers at my desk. And so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Headphones on, Tyler. Isn't that just victorious? You gotta love it. I wonder who came up with that. I should find that out. Okay. So the question number 1, so we have DJ Bethany versus Tyler, Winnebago Indian News versus the Big Boys. All right. There are multiple choice for each of the questions, and if you know it outright, blurt it out and you get 2 points. All right. Question number 1. Over the weekend, Alex Palau won the Indy 500. What beverage is typically swigged by the winner at the finish line?
Oh,
So do you know it outright, or do you need
he
them
won the
all?
what now?
The Indianapolis 500, the
Okay.
Indy 500. What beverage? Do you know it outright? I want the multiple choice.
I'll
And-
take them.
Did anyone have a lifeline?
I kind of want to say I won, but I don't know
don't
if
remember.
I'm biased just because
Because he always.
I want to be the win. Because I want to be the win.
Okay, well, anyway, so.
I don't know.
I don't think you were here last week, was it?
No, not the last. Oh,
Last time they played one
was
another.
it you two,
Oh yeah.
Garan
yeah,
and Tyler?
Yeah.
Something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. Yeah.
So
Okay.
who won between them?
No, it was Kevin and Tyler, and it went into overtime. Remember that?
Yeah. I can't remember. So, okay, so no lifeline. All right, so multiple choice?
Yes.
So the question is, what beverage is typically swigged by the winner at the finish line? Champagne, Perrier, which is water, milk, Budweiser. Which beverage is typically
going-
swigged by the winner at the finish line?
I'm gonna go with Budweiser
D. Budweiser.
because
Okay.
I was gonna say Miller Lite.
You guys remember that commercial? I'm not gonna do marketing here and stuff like that, but with the frogs.
Yes.
Remember it was the
Oh,
Super Bowl
yeah,
one?
yeah,
That was so
yeah.
catchy, wasn't it?
Yes,
That's
it
crazy.
was. Very
Man.
creative. Okay. Question number 2, then also tied to it. Why is the Indy 500 called the 500? Multiple choice if you need it.
I feel like this was a question before.
No, not from me.
No.
Multiple choice?
I'll take multiple choice.
It's the number of miles driven. It's the size of the motor used in the cars. It's the type of tires required. It's the number of cars in the race. Why is the Indy 500 called the 500? It's the number of miles driven. It's the size of the motor used in the cars. It's the type of tires required.
In my
It's
head,
the
I'm
number of cars in the race.
picturing cars. It's like,
Man, there's some
When they
super
take
fans.
turns.
When you mess with these
Oh,
fans,
God.
like
sorry.
Rabid.
I see them like posting and
Yes.
probably throwing the remote at the
cats
YouTube.
are
Yeah. Come on, you can do it.
It's the number of cars.
Letter D. Okay.
The
Question number
R's.
3 then. In the latest issue of The Win, which clan is featured atop the masthead?
I know it.
Say it again. Sorry.
In the latest issue of The Win, which clan is featured atop the masthead? Do you know it outright, or do you need the multiple choice?
I don't know it outright because when I was looking, it was the last issue, so I'll take the multiple choice.
Deer,
I did look.
elk, snake, eagle. Which clan is on the masthead of the latest issue of The Win?
Snake.
Snake clan, that is letter C. Okay.
This is what this last issue or
The
this
one
issue?
you have in your hand.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Question number 4 then. Also over the weekend, the holiday weekend, the American Music Awards were held. Who won Entertainer of the Year?
Oh man, you got me. You got me.
Multiple choice if you need it.
What do they call them? The ACMAs or something like that?
Yeah.
American- AMA.
AMS.
American
Who
Music
won
Awards.
Entertainer of the Year?
DJ Guaranteed.
There's probably someone that was undeserving. Nah, just kidding. It wasn't able. I'm just kidding.
I didn't watch. No.
I didn't watch because I know. Nah, just kidding. But I'll take
Maybe it
multiple
was.
choice.
Maybe it was it. Maybe this is a trick question.
Chris
Oh.
I'm
Stapleton,
scared.
Teddy Swims, Taylor Swift, Lainey Wilson,
Oh,
Chris
that
Stapleton,
did
Teddy
not-
Swims, Taylor Swift, Lainey Wilson. Who won Entertainer of the Year?
Was it Chris Stapleton that filed like I don't want to say a lawsuit against Beyonce for winning the country
Did it?
album?
I believe he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
or he filed like I don't know what he filed something, but
Okay.
anyways,
I'm gonna go with Teddy Swims
Letter B.
because he has more than one song.
Okay. Then finally, question number 5. Next month, which is June, is the month dedicated to LGBTQ plus pride. How many colors are on the traditional pride flag? Multiple choice if you need it.
you got me. You know what? All right.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, 7.
7. All right. That would have been letter D. Okay, we'll see.
Oh,
All
but
right.
she guessed outright, so she's
Yeah.
trying to 3-point shot.
We'll
There
see.
you go. Or it's a
Okay.
2-point shot. I
Yeah,
guess.
so Tyler, it is your turn.
let's run and grab her.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get her and leave it turned over. So, of course, if you want to receive the Winnebago Indian News, you can always get a hold of Tyler at tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com. If you have moved or your relatives aren't currently on the list, she will have you added. tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com, and make sure that you have your information updated. And we also like to share this at the same time for those of you that have moved or you simply haven't updated it in a while. Also, please let the enrollment department know where you are, because if and when anything does come out from the tribe as a whole for whatever reason, they need to get a hold of you. They need updated addresses. So if you've moved or your relatives move, make sure they know where they are.
Yeah, if you have an opportunity to, make sure the Family Wellness Conference is rescheduled. Today's sessions are postponed.
Right.
Tomorrow, Cassie was supposed to present this morning. She will present tomorrow at 8:30, historical trauma. And I'm really looking forward to that one. If you have an opportunity, scan that QR code. There's a link somewhere, but I'll get it out. And then also, they said that Winnebago tribal employees who are interested in attending some of those sessions, because it's all great stuff.
Yep.
You have an opportunity to go up there and check it on out. Lunch will be served, so if you need more incentives, and then there's door prizes. If you can't get there, maybe you're out of town, maybe you're tuning in somewhere, anywhere in the world, listening to us on the internet radio, you can email kevin.ebert@winnebagotribe.com, and he'll get you set up with a Zoom link. So Big Voice and the crew are there, going to be help streaming those conferences and stuff. Man, this is a tough one today. Feel bad for yourself. I mean, like, good luck.
I got a lifeline.
Do you? She knows.
Okay.
She knows.
All
Let's
right.
go. Okay, here we go.
All right, Tyler, remember there's multiple choice for each of the questions, so if you need it, they are there, and if you know the answer outright, blurt it out, and if you get it right, you get
Are you
2
nervous?
points.
Are you nervous? You got this.
Let's go ready.
All right, come up to the
All right, come up to the mic
Yeah.
so we can hear you. Question number 1. Over the weekend, Alex Palau won the Indy 500. What beverage is typically swigged by the winner at the finish line? Multiple choice if
I'm
you
gonna
need
need
it.
multiple.
Champagne, Perrier, which is water, milk, Budweiser. Which
I'm gonna
beverage?
say champagne. That sounds like
letter A?
makes
Okay.
sense.
And the answer is you're both incorrect. They drink milk.
Why is that? That's
Because
so
they
weird.
did not want to be promoting alcoholism anymore because they used to bust beers and pour them in their mouth and stuff. Now
That's
it's
what I
milk.
remember.
Now it's
Ugh.
milk.
Not even
So
a
that's-
Gatorade thing.
Nope.
No, it's milk.
Yes,
huh?
the dairy industry
Yeah.
capitalized on it. and they-
Cisco, he got it.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay, question number 2 is still 0-0. Why is the Indy 500 called the 500? Multiple choice if you need it.
Multiple.
It's the number of miles driven. It's the type of motor used in the cars. It's the type of tires that are required. It's the number of cars in the race.
I'm gonna say the miles or the distance they go.
Letter A.
Yeah.
And you are correct.
Dang.
Yes, the number of miles.
Whoop. There you go. There you go. Get all that.
Something happened.
All right, so it's 1-0. So question, yeah, because DJ Bethany guessed the number of cars. Okay, so now
What's the score?
1-0. Tyler.
Oh, uh-oh.
There's
All right.
500 cars going.
Seems
know.
reasonable.
Yeah, could be. Okay.
It looks like it.
All right, Tyler, in the latest issue of the Winnebago Indian News, which clan is featured atop the masthead? Which
Oh.
clan is on the masthead?
Oh, elk.
Letter
Uh-oh.
B?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Outright?
And she is?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the Elk Clan.
I looked at it.
Uwahi Karach. Yes. Elk Clan is up top of the masthead this time around. Okay. Here we go. Question number 4.
She got 3 of them?
Yes. Well, 2 and 1. So
Okay, okay.
3-0. Question number 4. Also over the holiday weekend, the American Music Awards were held. Who won Entertainer of the Year?
I know with DJ Bethany being in the music industry, she got this one. She
did.
got this one, right?
So the weekend. Just kidding.
Yes, yes, Tyler.
Yes,
Let me
Tyler.
get the multiple just to be
Multiple choice. Chris Stapleton, Teddy Swims, Taylor Swift, Lainey Wilson. Who won Entertainer of the Year?
I'm gonna say Taylor Swift because I know she did that big old tour. Or
The
whatever.
Eras Tour?
Yeah.
Entertainer.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
you're
don't see Chris Stapleton like flying out of the whatever Taylor Swift does and stuff. You know what I mean? But who is it?
the answer is Lainey Wilson. You're
What?
both incorrect.
I
Yes,
don't even
Lainey.
know who that is.
Lainey Wilson, she's a country artist and she's been storming through
Do
the
you
charts.
agree with that?
No, I don't.
Who
But
should be?
myself, because of that, I thought it should have been either Teddy or Taylor.
How about you? Out of those 4,
I haven't heard of Teddy either. Gas.
well, we're going Saturday. Saturday in the park. He's gonna be playing.
Saturday.
Yes.
He's the headliner at Saturday in the Park. So,
Teddy.
yes.
Teddy is, yeah. Homeboy Teddy. So we're gonna try to get an interview with
Lainey
him.
Wilson.
No.
She's the winner of the American Music Awards Entertainer of the Year. Okay, then finally, question number 5. Next month, which is June, is the month dedicated to LGBTQ plus pride. How many colors are on the traditional pride flag? Multiple choice if you need it.
When you say traditional, like,
They have so many different ones which
Do they?
add and mix and share and whatever, but the traditional pride flag, how many colors are on it?
Let me get multiple choice.
4, 5, 6, 7, 5. Favorite dice there. And the answer is 6. You are both incorrect.
Wow.
What'd you say?
She said 7.
Dang.
Yep. So with a score of 3-0, Tyler.
Good. That's my last one.
Yes. So the tiebreaker question, in case you needed it, what you didn't, was of those colors on that traditional flag, the color blue represents which aspect of LGBTQ plus society? What does blue represent? So was it spirit, nature, peace, healing? Which one was it? The color blue on the flag represents what?
I would guess spirit.
Okay.
I'll guess spirit.
Okay.
I'll go guess. What's the
Spirit,
Spirit?
nature, peace, healing
I'll guess healing.
is peace.
Oh.
So,
What'd you guys guess?
Spirit.
yeah.
Both spirit. Peace.
Very good stuff.
Awesome.
Next
Okay.
time, stay on the table today.
So what, you won. You got a victory speech or anything like that. What does it feel like to win? Not really.
Finally.
I feel like this every day.
It's like,
We got to get that song. All I do is win, win, win.
oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So-
I'll cue that up for next time and stuff. But if you have a chance, these are going to be in the newsstands around Winnebago.
Yep.
It's going to be on the WinnebagoTribe.com under the news section. It's going to be uploaded. Hazing is going to be out, and I think that we had an opportunity. Let's recap this past weekend and stuff. Memorial Day happened, and so we want to say thank you to all the servicemen and women that served our country. Not only that, but those that have passed on, especially given the ultimate sacrifice of their life, you know. And that's what makes the Winnebago Homecoming Celebrations unique, is because it's another chance for us to reflect. It's another chance to memorialize, also to pay tribute to those that have served our country, those that are with us still today, all those veterans from all those branches. And I am getting geared up based on your speech. You know, you made it a really, I had a chance just to let Tyler and Bethany know, a chance to, he addressed the staff of the Physical Resources Department, and he made mention of the homecoming celebration because that department really makes those grounds look good, you know, as far as like people are like, oh, come you guys ain't out there, you know, why ain't this being done and stuff? But there's a system.
Yep.
There's things that need to go, you know, like that grass out in the arena is so tall. It's by design, you know. I think that it's one of the things that we're very proud of. It's the biggest event that we have in Winnebago, and it's coming. The powwow committee has been working very hard on making sure all the principals getting the budget, sponsorship, everything. We have a chance to talk to Jeff Berridge, who's part of the powwow committee, and they're going to be coming out with a poster here. We want to debut it on the Big Voice when that time comes, you know, to see what the prize money is going to be. If it's going to be invited only, if it's going to be an open drum contest, whatever it's going to be. But as you know, for the past, I would say, I don't know, maybe 20 years, it's been 4 days.
Oh yeah.
We have seen posters where it's 2 weeks. You know, they dance every night for 2 weeks. That was probably really cool to see. And then I think the centenary, the 100th celebration, I thought I seen a poster about it, but they started Monday and they didn't finish until the next Monday.
Wow.
They had Monday was races and Tuesday was horse races and Thursday was, it was
entire
crazy.
itinerary of events.
Yeah. But nonetheless, 4 days. I would say, remember when the fire department had their firework display on that Wednesday leading up to powwow?
Yeah, it was nice.
That, you know, technically our celebration might be 5 days. I don't know. We'll see. 159th.
Yes.
Next year will be 160th.
Yes, and also with that guaranteed, and I believe they are on the Winnebago Tribe's website, the contract for the services for this year's powwow celebration are out. Definitely go to the tribe's social media because they are posted there. But the head cooks, if you want to have a food stand, all of the person making the crowns and sashes for the princess contests, all that, they are out there now. So definitely look for them. So if you want to be involved with that and want to be one of the contractors to be considered for the award, look for that and get a hold of who needs to be get a hold of.
Put you on the spot, guys. Think top of your head. Favorite powwow memory. Go. Favorite powwow memory. What do you got?
I'll go with one because
All
I
right.
got one right away. Is
Okay.
when we had my daughter Savannah feathered, and of course Larry Pear, who is a Vietnam era veteran, was in charge of all that, and we danced with the arena, and of course sang the family song and all of that. It was really, really cool because the morning itself was one of those mornings where there's kind of like a, I don't want to call it a fog, but like a mist, and it was so nice, and just one of those wonderful powwow memories. So
Tyler.
love it.
Yours is better than mine,
Oh,
but
there's no better.
running around doing laps,
Yeah.
getting some couple bucks, get some, cheese fries,
Oh,
pickles,
yes.
going to that
Yeah.
toy stand.
Yeah.
The
So-
vibes are right.
Yeah,
The teenage years.
$50
You know,
lemonade.
do you still do laps?
No, now I got a camera and I take pictures now. But I still do a little
laps
laps.
look a
You gotta
different.
say the
Close.
obvious. You
Relax.
gotta say the obvious in that, Tyler. I don't know. My boss makes me work.
Trying to chill. Oh, he's doing.
Here he comes. DJ Bethany.
I'm gonna go with the last time that I worked my family stand with my auntie and everybody.
Best memory of all time, huh?
Yeah, because like it was just nice to be around everybody and like even always, getting cussed up and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
Wow.
Just what
No,
you
but it's
said.
the last time that I actually got to like be around everybody like that. So
Yeah, people are
Yeah.
hungry and they want their food.
Yeah.
But it's also a good thing when there's a line, because they want that food and stuff. So not only our
Yeah.
powwow, and you guys were definitely one of those stands, but I remember this last year when we went down to Mayetta. Wow.
packed.
Packed. The food stands were crazy.
Yeah.
And other places too, but it's like when you see that line and you're waiting 45 minutes for fry bread, it's like, dang.
I just turned 18, and my favorite powwow memory is that there was a good friend of mine. His name is Michael Roberts, and we met this guy on the powwow trail. Nicest guy. He's a fancy dancer. So I was dancing in men's and stuff, but he asked me to sing. And our drum group didn't set up that year, so we had a five-man band. We're called Little Eagle, and it's we're all dancers. So it was Charles Hensley, his brother. It was Michael Roberts' brother. His name is what is his name? Dale, and it was me. So it was five-man band. We won first place in the singing
Wow.
contest.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I think I got like third or
Rigged.
something like that. That was crazy. That was crazy, man. I was just like, holy smokes, five-man band, and then we took down that drum contest. Yeah, that was probably one of the best memories and stuff. But
Nice.
man, that's like picking stars out of the sky because
yes.
there's so
Oh,
many.
gosh, yeah.
When my daughter was dancing with my son and I was up there in the MC stand, that was a great memory.
yeah.
That was like this, and she waved, and that's probably something like when the time comes to get called to the spirit world and stuff, like that would be a favorite memory of mine.
Oh,
is,
yeah.
like when she waved, because she was so young and stuff, but I'm looking forward to her to getting geared up, jingle dress dancing, whatever she wants to do. Her middle name is Alowawi, which means
That's
singer.
beautiful. Yeah.
So, and she's been practicing singing. Keep in mind she's only 4, but nonetheless, yeah. So, thank you guys for sharing those memories. Thank you guys for being on here today. A lot of things happening tomorrow. Family Wellness Conference is going to be booting up tomorrow morning. The Winnebago Health Fair is going to be starting at 9:30 tomorrow. And then the rest of the week, the Wellness Conference ends out on Friday. So that's a 3-day now. Of course, Memorial Day happened yesterday and stuff. So we got a short week. Those are pretty interesting to get back into the routine and everything. But everybody be safe out there.
Yes.
Be good to one another. What do you say? Bring it on home there, DJ Bethany.
Be good to each other. Be good to yourself.
All right.
Have a good day.